Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! In a world filled with Tim Allens. Huh?
You actually sounded more like Gary Coleman.
Hey, hey, hey. How's he do it? Train me in the Tim Allen ways.
I think that was it.
I don't think so, Tim.
That was a good Al Borland. What would your movie trailer sound like?
In a world where some dude actually injured himself from sitting too much. He's a nerdly computer guy, and when he's done working from his computer at home, he immediately gets wild and plays video games from his computer at home. That's coder by day and video game nerd by night. No one suspected this coming.
Who's your star? Who's starring you?
Starring Leonardo DiCaprio as Sean Kendall and Mila Kunis as Ava Kendall.
Okay, that's pretty good. I guess I should give mine a try.
All right, yeah, let's hear it.
In a world where one man gets a new job, and now he's in the new grind, getting up at 5 a.m. Yeah, that's right. It's early. It's early bird gets the worm. In this season's feature,
it's
early bird gets the worm.
This is a TV show.
Oh, mine's a TV show? I didn't make it to the big time?
You just said this season.
I guess I did. Fuck, I only made it to the... Well, I guess I gotta stick around for my TV show.
This summer, get your ass onto a seat, and you'll be just like Sean Kendall. Leonardo DiCaprio as Sean Kendall in Butthurt.
You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
You'll pay for the whole seat, and then you'll pay extra for a butt pad for your sore butt.
Forget about the armrest, because that big hairy guy beside you's not moving his arm. Why did I get all... Hey, yo...
You got a little greasy.
I did. I got a little greasy.
This is a back alley movie voice guy.
Who would star me in
He's
it?
the Lev Parnas and...
Wait, no, mine could be the more like... This suburbs comedy where one man gets a new job and he gets in all types of predicaments.
Hey, where'd that screw go? I can't find it. There's only 3 screws and there's supposed to be 4. Oh, here it is. What a predicament
zany.
I was. Hey,
He's wacky.
I'm still talking. This is still the scene.
No.
Who edited this?
You're
They're really
done.
bad at editing. Why are we both recording
Cut
at the
it.
same
Shut the
time?
fuck-
That's not how this is supposed to go.
Why-
Someone was supposed to have edited this later.
God damn it.
Why are they doing live commercials with 2 people?
Who's drunk
This
here?
movie sucks.
God damn it.
Who would watch this shit? Yeah, that's right. It's early bedtime.
Early to bed,
Early to rise.
earlier to rise.
I think it's earlier. It feels that way. Start with my new schedule.
You go to sleep and you wake up earlier than you went to sleep.
it
That's how
feels
little.
like-
That's how little
yeah.
sleep you're getting.
But I'm getting like good 7.5 hours of sleep. Like
Mhm.
it's
It's all right. I would die, but that's all right for you.
no, I can do 7, but
7. Man,
not
I
riding.
wish. I need
not-
9 minimum.
Not riding the bike though. That doesn't. You're not all like invigorated. When
Oh, you. Do you put vinegar in your water bottle instead of water?
Yeah.
So you
yeah,
get
dude,
invigorated?
that's the trick. It's the
Oh,
instead of Gatorade.
mad energy from vinegar.
Don't tell
High energy apple cider
Mountain
vinegar.
Avalanche that they might have an idea of making some fucking alcoholic
New
soda
from Mountain Avalanche, it's vinegar soda.
At a fucking convenience store near you.
Check out Mountain Avalanche's new Balls to the Walls, because this stuff tastes like ball sweat. Vinegar flavored. I can't do that voice for very long. That's a hard one.
It is.
And I can't even get to can't get to that register. I can't get it to that register.
Oh, I can't get it to the.
I'm doing
get it to the
I'm doing the
top.
register
The top.
all the way up to the top. I can't get it there. I can't get to. It's really the bottom. It's the basement bottom of that voice. It's like a deep. That's a deep. It's a deep one.
You gotta get.
And it's no good.
Yeah, you gotta get real deep.
Really deep. Wait,
What if we could get deep and
when did Lonnie
deep
get here?
Australian?
Really deep Australian. I like that hat, mate. That's a Harmontown reference.
Mate. You got another shrimp on the barbie.
I do have to say, first of all, I like that hat, mate. Some people will recognize that from Harmontown, and R.I.P. Harmontown. It was the last episode they just came out with. Last episode, 360 episodes, and that's it. They're done.
We're not even
Dan was
halfway
tired.
there.
Dan was tired of just getting drunk in front of a adoring audience once a week, having someone else edit it, and then making extra money off it, even though he's a millionaire, and just like basically being able to show up and goof around with his friends. And they were playing D&D for the longest time. It was the best, and then they just fucking stopped playing D&D, and it sucked. And it's like, okay, I put up. It was a 2-hour episode. I put up with your hour and a half of just random bullshit. Now play D&D because that was the best. It was so funny. Spencer Crittenden, the guy who he showed up to episode 5, and in his head he said, "I'm going to be Dan Harmon's D&D. I'm going to be his DM, his dungeon master." And he showed up that day, and Dan Harmon randomly said, "Is anyone here a D&D dungeon master?" Spencer raises his hand. Next thing you know, Spencer quits his job at the fucking Apple store or whatever, and then starts working for Dan Harmon as his personal assistant, just basically driving him around and like being his friend. And dude just starts making loot off of Dan Harmon. Then like they come out with Harmon Quest, which is a D&D TV show, and he's basically the producer of it and the game and the showrunner. Dude went from nothingness, shows up to a podcast recording, and then just like becomes friends with Dan Harmon and all his friends. It's crazy. And then he was on Community and stuff. It's pretty cool. But I loved that podcast for the longest time, and now it's fucking over, and I'm pissed. But I hope that they come out with another podcast that's literally just them playing D&D, because I would much rather listen to that. So that's what's going on my side of life. That's kind of it's kind of a side track, but yeah.
Yeah, I one of the podcasts I listen to, I've kind of stopped listening because I'm not going to name their name because they're super big and they don't need that kind of shit.
Yeah, they don't need our listener.
But they, at the beginning of the new year, are switching over to Spotify only, and you can only get their podcasts on Spotify.
That's lame. I don't even want to put us on Spotify. There's like too much legal bullshit, and they'll like straight up take your podcast and put ads on it and not pay you and shit like that. And they'll like super scrutinize it for anything that might be like a whiff of copyright. So our first few episodes we wouldn't even be able to put on there because we've got like songs that we didn't clear.
Yeah, and you did that Harmon Hour thing.
And if one of the bands we did feature gets famous and they get picked up by another label, they'll just pull us off even though we have their permission. They'll just drop our fucking podcast. So fuck that shit.
Fuck it right in the ear bum.
Yeah, indeed.
That is an ear bum fuck. So yeah, you went like real dark there real quick.
Sorry, I just I was thinking about Harmontown because I
mean them. we were talking about our fantasy trailers and then you just went.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to fucking
like
just fuck the mood.
Just pooped on my chest.
I didn't poop the mood. But dude, it's so funny. The later episodes of Harmontown, I want to edit out all of the commercials and put them as just their own thing because they're so fucking funny. It's Spencer and Jeff
Bezos.
Yes, Jeff Bezos. It's Jeff Davis.
Oh, Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Davis.
Oh, okay.
He was on Whose Line Is It? Whose line?
Whose line
is it? Easy to say. Whose line is it anyway?
Whose line? Line?
Whose?
Line?
Whose?
I used to love that show.
Fucking so good. But like he was on it a lot. He was like a handsome black-haired guy. He wasn't on as much as like Ryan Stiles and shit like that. But
or Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady, fuck yeah, he crushed it.
He did.
Awesome. I loved that show. Like when I was a kid, it was like if that was on TV, dude, plop right down, fucking watch the shit out of it, dude, because it was like 100%. I was there for that. I loved it.
We used to catch the end of Friends because my best friend's mom used to watch Friends, and then right after that, I think it was Whose Line Is It Anyway was on.
Nice.
I think, well, she used to watch it on syndication, so I forget what day it was, but I knew that one came on right after that, and we used to sit down and watch it all the time.
So good. Well, so Jeff Davis and Spencer basically do like these commercials, and then they'll just fucking totally rip off like a famous song and then sing about the product. And there's so many good, like well done, and they'll actually have someone like edit in music under them. And it's not just like they took the song's music and put it under there. They're like actually playing to the rhythm that they're talking and like singing at. So if it's like a famous song, but like tailored to what they're actually saying and doing, and it's fucking great. They did a great job. Whoever's doing that is like a legit musician, and they're fucking, I don't know. It's really funny.
Are they too legit?
They're too legit to quit. It's fucking very funny, dude.
Legit.
I'm gonna have to turn you on to that because it's so funny. Anyway, it's like a song about fucking MeUndies and shit like that. Like, but you know, an Aerosmith
fucking
version.
MeUndies.
Well, you can fuck them. They're micromodal. They're very soft.
Here on In Poor Taste, we promote the fucking of undies. Or MeUndies.
Specifically MeUndies. Well, it doesn't, any undies, really, if you'd like, because...
If they're your own undies, they probably already have holes in them.
It depends what you have handy.
If you get MeUndies, they're brand new, and you'll have to cut a hole in them if you want to fuck them. So,
I mean, you can ball them up and fuck them. You don't have to...
I always...
And that's a pretty male-centric
I would think that you would want a hole to fuck...
You just ball them up.
Listener, call
fuck
in.
A crevice.
Listener, call in, and we will open the hotlines, and we want to know...
We'll wait.
We want to know.
We're going to wait for you to call in.
What do you prefer? Fucking a balled up pair of undies or cutting a hole and fucking that hole in the undies?
I mean, you're just fucking one layer at that point. Like, how do you get... You don't get, like, the stroking sensation. You just get, like, one blade's edge.
Well, maybe you put it through the hole and then... Like,
and then ball it up, and then ball it up,
maybe,
and then ball it up, Eric?
Maybe it's a combination.
How dare you?
I don't know.
How dare you fuck your underwear in that way?
Some people just like to put holes in things, you know, and then put their dicks in it, like glory holes. Glory holes are strange. That's a very strange.
What about a Gloria Estefan hole?
What
would that be? You stick your dick in there and it starts playing Gloria Estefan songs?
I have no idea what they sound like, so that might be a bit interesting because
it's like 90s, very 90s. I'm ballad type.
I'm pretty sure I've heard them, but I don't.
Yeah, it's like movie soundtrack type shit. So I guess it would just be a glory hole, but then with less like a background music to it, like a sort of a soundtrack.
But only when you put your dick in the hole, so you know it's activated.
Yeah, you gotta. That's how you turn it on. Well, I mean, who?
Okay, but yeah, how can you guarantee what's on the other side is something that you're? I don't know. I was talking off mic there. How can you guarantee that's something that you'll find enjoyable? But maybe it's just that's the point. Like they're just over there fucking rubbing like scrambled eggs on your dick, and you think it's like a hot vagina. You know what I mean?
You can fucking come out of nowhere with a scrambled egg dick.
They just come over with an omelet, and they just split open the omelet a little bit.
With like a nice, gooey, cheesy center?
Yeah. They let it...
I have the hardest boner right now.
And they let it sit on the fucking table for a couple minutes for the cheese to cool down.
Fucking scrambled eggs. The idea of like them having scrambled eggs like in a bowl, and like they're just picking up a handful of scrambled eggs and then just like two-handing it like around the shaft and then just like clamping together. So there's just like balled up scrambled eggs.
I was kind of thinking though they would hold it like a taco like that.
Yeah, that's more of an omelet, but I was thinking like like these chunks of scrambled eggs, and it was the funniest fucking thing in my mind. The taco actually does kind of start to make sense, and that's how I'll explain this boner that I have.
Brought to you is this thing on?
It's on. Why are you?
This week's episode is brought to you by These Nuts. No, what was that product?
Gloria Estefan holes.
Yes,
Gloria Estefan.
The remodeling choice. Gloria and Estefan glory holes for all your glory hole needs.
And I have a lot of them. Glory hole needs, that is. Especially one with a background music, because then you don't hear like that nasty.
Is that the noise your dick makes in that taco omelet?
No, that's what you don't hear, because the whole time that they're rubbing you with the taco omelet, it's Gloria Estefan playing over top of it. So you don't hear
that's
that.
what she sounds like?
No, that drowns out that sound.
Oh.
That's the point of the music.
I wish I knew what a Gloria Estefan song sounded like.
All right, well, we're gonna look one up real quick.
Okay.
And we're back from a very exciting Gloria Estefan listening moment time.
Brought to you by Crust Gum.
I had a weird
Crust gum.
I had a weird like visual right there at the very end when you stopped that clip. So her name is Gloria Estefan, right? And now that sounds like a very like Spanish name.
Yes, Gloria Estefan.
But she kind of doesn't look like she's like, maybe she is a bit, but not as much as I was thinking. Like she kind of just looked like an American Italian descent, you know? And maybe it was just that video. Maybe it was like the makeup.
She's Cuban. She's from Habana, Cuba. 1957. Wow. Okay. Man, she's 1 year older than my dad. And she was fucking foxy in the 90s. That's weird.
Well, maybe that's the time, around the time when you were just like Boner City all the time.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really look at her ever then. I'm just looking at her now, and she looked like she was a fox.
Ear boner.
I have a retro boner. But funny.
Retro boner.
Retro boner.
This week's episode brought to you by Pedro Boner.
Retro boner.
Retro boner? What did I say? Pedro boner.
She said Pedro boner, which sounds almost like a prejudice boner. But mine's a retro boner. It's a boner about things in the past. Retro boner.
Retro boner.
TM.
We got a lot of
sponsors.
A lot of sponsors in this
one. Well, it's the Podsmith Miracle, dude.
It is the Podsmith Miracle.
It's a Podsmith Miracle episode. Podsmith. What did I say?
You said when I came up, you were like, "Get the fuck out of here."
I was like, "Hey, fuck you, guy! Get out of my house like this over here in this fucking place." But
I wasn't even in your house.
I know. I was just saying, like, as though I were the owner and proprietor of this here shack, this tiny little shack that is freezing fucking cold. By the way,
I did appreciate that you shoveled though. That was
I didn't. That was must have been old man Jenkins.
Old man Jenkins, neighbor boy.
He must have paid his little neighbor boy to come and shovel, that little fucker.
Wow, like I didn't slip once, not once.
Me neither. But I wore boots because I knew it was gonna be cold in here.
Yeah, but
you got this little kerosene heater.
Now that it's like this cold out, Jenkins is he's storing all of his beer out here, which is kind of dumb but it's cold. But
it's freezing cold, and it's a delight. The fact that it's this cold is a delight.
Mm-hmm.
But this little kerosene heater, it is warm. But I gotta say, I do get a whiff of like something going on as far as like a little bit of smoke, a little bit of exhaust.
Let me get
this bad boy.
Let me get my nostrils to the air. Okay.
Okay. I think that's going to be kerosene. That's a little bit of a exhaust.
Did you spill some while you were...
It's exhausting.
That's not. Are you high on fumes?
I am getting a little tired though from this.
You'll be all right.
I'm right next to it.
Well,
I got a bit of a kerosene high.
Turn it around so it's facing me, and then I'll take some of it for a little bit.
Why are you sitting behind me?
Because that's the power of.
We're sitting back to back for the listener.
It's the power of Podsmith.
Yeah, our elbows keep touching. It's weird.
I didn't want to see your face.
Oh, wow.
In a world where you don't have to see your co-host's face.
We are actually sitting on large paint cans here in this fucking...
I think they're drums at this point, right?
Well, you have a drum, but I got just 4 paint cans that are balanced unceremoniously, one on top of the other.
Is that like a...
And they're not properly closed.
Is that a tactic? Like you're going to get paint all over you if you try to run and make it real slippery?
I mean, I just stacked them up so I had something to sit on. What are you talking about?
Oh.
But these fucking things, like, Old Man Jenkins let them dry. They weren't completely closed. So the lids are, glued on almost with the paint. But they're just at awkward angles. So this thing is not at all, comfortable to begin with or...
Orthopedic?
Not that either, but it's also wobbly. It's not in any way secure. So this fucking shit it is hard to sit on these paint cans every day and not make any sounds at all because there are no sounds of paint cans coming through right now.
Yeah, that's pretty strange how you're doing that.
Yeah. It's mostly so I don't have to edit in sounds of paint cans later. So that's
maybe you should download a paint can sound.
No.
Right here.
I'm going to download your paint can.
I'm going to download your
I'm gonna download your face to my fist. How about that? That's a good.
So you're gonna have my face move toward your fist? Like that's how you plan on punching? You're just gonna wait until my face slams into your fist?
Well, then no, I'm adding velocity by you coming. You're coming towards my moving fist.
Mm-hmm. In this scenario,
That's
I'm listening.
that's what they call.
And then what?
And then you slam into my face
Yeah, I
faster
slam into your
than,
face.
than your fist.
My fist slams into your face? Is that what you're getting at?
What
You want that?
What
That's what
just
you want?
happened?
I don't know, but I just somehow Bugs Bunnied you into punching you in the face.
No, that's what I was thinking. Like it would work out that way. Like,
Rabbit season, duck season.
maybe I've been.
I punch
okay.
you in the face. You punch me in the face.
These fumes are starting to get to me now that you turned that heater around.
You asked for it, dude. You should have never asked for that.
How many more minutes do I have to do this?
I don't know, dude, but it sounds like there's an airplane going over top of the shed. I don't know if the listener can hear that.
That sounds like a hell of a cocksucker.
I think it's a prop plane because a lot of prop planes land at that little airport.
I think your mom's a prop plane.
This is extremely offensive, and you know my mom is a prop plane.
She's a Boeing 737. God damn it! You know she's higher class than that.
How dare you, motherfucker? Call her a puddle hopper. That is racist. That is racist. So, speaking of racism, we need to get to our commercials, and I don't doubt that there'll be racists, homophobic, sexists, like just name a thing, some sort of religious bigotry.
It is the season.
They're terrible every time, is what I'm saying, Eric. They're terrible morally, professionally.
That's what I was gonna say. It's the season.
Uh-huh.
'Tis the season.
Sure.
For them to be more terrible.
Oh, you had me kind of had my hopes up there for a second.
I wasn't gonna tell you anything nice.
How dare you?
That's not the Podsma spirit.
I guess the Podsmith spirit is you paying a penny per commercial again. After we talked about this, and I yelled at you for so many episodes, you did it again, renewed the contract.
2 years, baby.
Why would you do that?
So easy. Like they say on this, so easy.
Of course it's so easy.
So easy a Neanderthal could do it.
I'm sure you got no pushback from them.
None.
God almighty, this is the worst.
Actually, I did have to help him push the pen to sign the contract.
Is he dead?
No, he's like...
It's like a weekend at Bernie's?
He's like 99. He won't retire.
Uh-huh.
He insists that he can do it, but I had to help him sign the contract. But yeah, he's...
Why would you do that?
He's going to be dead soon. We'll get out of the contract, once he dies.
Why would you say you were out of the contract when we fulfilled the other contract?
Well, they offered us slightly better commercials.
But, like, according to whom? Who? Because, like...
Well, whoever the latest producer is in the commercials that are coming in. That's not... Who is that, by the way?
What?
What?
God damn it. What did he put in these beers? Oh, wait.
No, it's the kerosene. Wait, is this the beer?
This is kerosene beer.
This
is we have kerosene beer.
Kerosene beer is
I don't know if it's flavored or if it's additive. He's pouring it in there a little bit of it.
Let me try some.
Don't do that.
No.
Stop.
Give me that.
I'm tired. Let's go to commercials.
It's running down my chin.
Let's go to commercials.
Commercials?
Commercials. Let me take a little nappy.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very greasy nose. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm like fucking Bing Crosby over here. Hey there, it's me, Don Wrinkle, and I'm ready to get all Christmassy with you, or holiday-ish, if you will. What I got for you, though, is like a really special, greasy Christmas I got for you. It's all lined up. This is Don Wrinkle's Christmas. This ain't gonna be your best Christmas, but it's gonna be all right. It's not gonna be too bad. But I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna grab some of your socks and I'm gonna just fucking tack them right on the fucking the fire mantle. And then I'm gonna put some fucking greasy ass tacos right in there, the stocking stuffers, because that's how Don Wrinkle, he likes to do things, because he loves fucking grease. And then I got this patented with Super Santa grease. It's so good for greasing up Santa when he has to come down the
that chimney, you know, because everybody knows like city chimneys that they're not very big, and Santa's kind of like Don Wrinkle size, like a big fat guy. So yeah, you want to leave some grease on the roof for him when he comes over. You could just like put a pot up. Like I'm selling it right now. It's $4.99 a can. Also, we can grease up the reindeer. You can make them a bit aerodynamic, make things a bit faster. And then at the end of the, you know, if you make it like jelly flavored, at the end of the day, you know, when they're all done flying around, they can lick each other, and it kind of gets the grease off. And don't forget to leave Santa a grease cup, 1 pound of grease for his cookies. You can dunk the cookies right into the grease. He fucking loves it. Yeah, that's right. That's Don Wrinkle's Holiday Greasemas Kit, now available at Ballsma or any fucking store. Just look around, you'll find it. That's Don Wrinkle's Santa Claus Experience Grease Kit. Seasons greasings, everybody.
Our lab technicians have finally done it. New Mountain Avalanche Kwattro Krazy. The first Mountain Avalanche product that contains alcohol. We've also doubled the amount of caffeine and taurine. Your heart won't know if it's coming or going. But I know this, bro. You're going to be fucked up. Kwattro Krazy is clinically guaranteed to get you 4 times more fucked up than the leading energy alcohol drink. Hey, buddy, have you been drinking all night? Are you starting to fall asleep? Don't be a wuss. Get yourself some Kwattro Krazy, because 4 a.m.'s when the party starts. Grab a Kwattro Krazy. It'll wake you up and fuck you up.
Well, that's a Podsmith miracle.
What? Getting to fine and tasty commercials just before the holidays?
No, you've got a commercial for what essentially is a clone of another illegal drink, because they're mixing uppers and downers into one drink. And the other Podsmith miracle is that they both sucked like always. Miracle. It's a miracle.
Okay, I know you don't like Don Wrinkle.
Of course not.
But he always has a commercial, though.
Again, we're not making money off of these, so I'm not happy about that.
But he always has a commercial.
I feel like you think the commercials are like content for the listener in some way. Like this is supposed to entertain the listener.
Don't you listen to every commercial during every podcast that you listen to? You don't.
Absolutely not.
I do. Oh, I love them.
You love them.
Mm-hmm.
How many Casper mattress commercials have you listened to?
Oh, those and MeUndies.
Jesus Christ. He's serious, folks. He's got a serious look on his face.
What's the other one?
He's as serious as this fucking horrible kerosene gas leak.
I forgot about that.
Of course you did it. Like, the first thing it affects is your short-term memory.
I don't remember that.
Well, the good news is I took the heater outside. So.
Oh, we should be good here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we should air out soon. Hopefully.
But no, you shouldn't be mad at me because these are top quality. Don Wrinkle put his time in behind the mic this time.
No, he didn't. What do you mean?
Like, he spent a lot of time behind the microphone recording that commercial. He did. I mean, that's probably one of his best he's ever done.
Okay.
And then.
That's like saying this is the best shit I've ever taken.
And then Mountain Avalanche.
And then celebrate
Psycho Loco, or whatever it's called.
Kwattro Krazy, I think it was.
Was it?
Loco, yeah. Kwattro Krazy.
Kwattro Saucy or something.
Loco Quattros. 14. Well, you two would say 14.
Well, it's about time somebody had a highly caffeinated, highly alcoholic drink. About fucking time. That's all I'm saying.
We already had one of those, and it was made illegal, I'm pretty sure. So, like, and the reason is because it's just bad for you. Anyway, look. I don't want to argue about this. It's basically Podsmith. I can't let this happen. So let's just move on. Do we have anything that's Podsmith themed?
Yeah, I got something for you. Let me knock around this.
Why? Why are you knocking around?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ. It's been far too long since we've been in this tiny shed. And now it seems like it's too short.
Even tinier.
Now you're just high on this kerosene fumes. It's the same size.
Wow, yeah, I think you're right. Whew, it's wearing off though.
Is it? Is it though? I mean, I feel like
maybe a bit.
you haven't convinced me.
A bit. So, my first week of work, my wife surprised
And
me.
congratulations on your new job. I think we've mentioned that like vaguely, but
Yeah,
new job for Eric.
It was a bit of a drop in the beginning of the app.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
Thank
Awesome.
you, listener. Thank you.
Took him a long time. He worked hard at this. He's been at it. He's been pounding the pavement, knocking on doors. He's got bloody knuckles.
I've
knocking
also
on doors.
paved the pounders too.
He paved the pounders. He had a case of pounders that he dumped wet cement into for some reason. I don't understand that.
Weird. Maybe
Can't drink those now.
no, he can't.
They are locked in there.
But the other night was the first week. That was a loud goatee scratch. Hopefully that came through. But the other night, my wife surprised me on a Friday
With
night.
a blowjob. Nice.
Yes.
And
yeah.
then after that, what?
She bought the two box DVD set of Home Alone, the original, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Nice. That's awesome.
So have you seen these?
What a surprise. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Did she get them like super cheap somewhere or something? Because those are old as fuck.
Yeah, she got them for, I think they were at Rite Aid for like $5 for two of them.
Nice. With Blu-ray or what?
Yeah, Blu-ray.
Nice, dude. That's so good.
Have you? So you've seen these, right?
Of course.
Well, you told me earlier that
I did. Before we recorded,
you said that you haven't seen at least
I said patience.
10 out of 1, or was it 1 out of 10?
Patience, young one, I said. Like that. Like I was Splinter. Patience, my son. Do not think
And Splinter,
too quickly.
he's so wise, but yet too he doesn't speak enough. Like, tell me more, Splinter.
He tells you
It's too early for you, boy.
he tells you exactly what you need to hear at the moment you need to hear it. That's what he does. That's the beauty of a Splinter. That's like the point of a sensei. They're not gonna talk your ear off. They're gonna tell you what you need to hear, when you need to hear it, what you need to hear it. Did I already say that? Anyway, so yeah, Kevin McAllister, man, in the fucking second worst parents in the history of cinema.
How in the hell? Okay. So there's
Holy fuck,
there's another
that's loud.
plane flying over.
That has to come through. That's so
bassy.
loud.
That's bassy.
That is a bassy plane.
So what do we have? That's a air under? Air under. How do you do an airplane?
It would be a plunder. Although plundering is
plane under. Plunder.
plain thunder. Plunder. Which is also a word for what you do if you're a pirate.
Oh, that's true.
Which I am fucking into pirate games.
We're going to have to workshop this.
We will come back around to that some other day. But love pirate games. Love them. Give me a pirate game every day of the week.
So these parents should be fucking completely locked up. Stripping of all their kids. Because they left him there on the first one. So the first one, they left him there after they treated him like the biggest piece of shit the day before.
How do you not notice on the ride to the airport, when you're checking in through the airport, you're going through security, you're checking everyone's tickets, you're stopping and getting food because inevitably you're gonna get to the airport early. I mean, way back in the day, maybe you didn't get that early.
They were late, remember?
Yeah, that's true. They were rushing. But still, how do you not notice your child is not there?
Because do you remember why they were late?
No.
Oh, this is fresh in my brain because I'm like,
I know you just saw it.
You son of a bitch. So
is it the tarantula?
Guess. Just take a guess.
Tarantula.
Close.
The dad's tarantula.
The dad
pulled out his hairy dick.
He turned into a tarantula. Yeah. No, the dad was looking for his
hairy dick in his pants.
Yeah, because it was the 90s.
Okay.
No, he was looking for
manscaping.
He had like rechargeable batteries, and he was looking for his charger, and it was plugged into the 4-way extension cord that he had from the wall to his like lamp, alarm clock, and
we've all been there.
Yeah.
Oh, at night, and he unplugged his fucking.
He unplugged the alarm clock.
The alarm clock, I do remember that.
And then plugged it back in, so it was like a couple minutes late.
Nah, he didn't reset it. He didn't have to reset it because that's fucking completely.
Oh, that's right, because it goes back. It goes straight to 12.
It goes to 12.
12.
And there is no alarm now. So he woke up late because there was no alarm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he woke up to the call of the airport vans showing up to their house.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be nice. Wow, an airport van, a shuttle? A fucking personalized shuttle?
For 2 families.
Dude, not only that, but I know that at least the adults went first class, and they were going, where were they going? France?
Yeah, that's what
Fucking Paris. So these motherfuckers flew first class for 4 people to Paris, and then their children went in coach.
Yeah.
But are you fucking kidding me? Even children in coach to Paris, even in the 90s, you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars. It's probably like a $10,000 trip just for the airfare. That's crazy. Even back then, like, people would make fun of how bad airplane food was, but at least you fucking had any. Although I've never done a cross-Atlantic trip. My wife and I, on
I
our
got
last
a Sprite once. That was it. But anyway.
Yeah, nice. My wife and I've got some airplane stories. We'll have to do an airplane stories. Unless you wanted to do it now, I could drop into a quick airplane story. I got a million of them.
That wouldn't be quick though.
Oh no, we could just peel off 1 or 2, like singles that we're gonna stuff into the G string of the listener's ear, as though they were strippers. I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, so basically, a quick one was that we ended up. I was going to Costa Rica way back in the day. It was my first ever international flight, and we ended up we were headed to Houston, which had a storm over it. So we couldn't go to Houston, so we had to peel off and go to Beaumont, Texas, which was like 45 minutes away by flight. And we landed there, and we had to just sit on the fucking tarmac for like an hour and a half, 2 hours to wait to take back off again and go back over to Houston once the storm settled down. So I just said to the flight attendant, I'm like, hey, so like this sucks. Is there any way you can get me some rum? So I got her to bring me 2 little rum bottles for free. I was like, yes.
There you go.
Rum and Coke. Hook it up. Got a little taste on. And they actually they actually ordered a pizza to the plane. So we had pizza. I had pizza and rum and Coke. It was pretty great.
That doesn't sound
for
too
free.
bad. There you go.
Yeah. Talk about food on a plane. Anyway, so these fuckers are shelling out thousands of dollars. Don't check that their son's with them. That's fun. How do you not ever notice that your child is not there?
That's a good fucking question. That's why I want to know.
That's why you want to know?
Yeah, that's why I want to know.
Oh.
Why are you the worst parents in the world? No, then they do the same thing. And 2, but they leave him in.
Yeah. Twice.
Well, no, okay, so it's his fault. It literally is his fault. Again, they forget that they fuck up the alarm clock.
The second time.
Mm-hmm. The second time.
Holy fuck, dude. You got to get an extension cord to a different outlet.
Yeah.
So that fucking thing stays plugged in.
So somehow, I forget how it happened, but they fucked up the alarm clocks again. And then when they get to the when they get to the airport, they're running through the terminal, and Kevin wants to change his batteries on his Talkboy.
Fucking lot of battery situations.
And his dad has them in his pocket, but he's like, I'm going to give them to you when we get to the plane. And he's like, no. So he's like, I'm
trying to record my podcast, my pocket cast.
My first ever podcast.
My Talkboy cast.
And so he actually got the batteries, but he stopped to put them in. But when he looked back up, there was a guy
who looked just like his dad.
Yeah, same kind of jacket.
Yeah.
And scarf.
Same hair.
And he's running.
And so Kevin chases him.
To the
runs
New York
past
terminal,
and he won that tournament. So fucking guy runs. Then he run into the what do you call that? The jetway, the fucking jetway that goes from the fucking airport to the jet, and they don't stop him.
No, they try to. He runs into the woman that takes the ticket taker, and the tickets go everywhere. He had one in his hand, but they went everywhere, and they just piled them up.
And then what? How does he just walk past her? How does he get onto the plane with nobody second-guessing this? Is there a different Kevin McAllister that has a ticket to New York?
He swears he saw his dad go in there, and he's on there.
That'll
And
do
then they tell...
That's a pre-9/11 scenario.
Yeah, and they tell the attendant, don't take off until we get confirmation that this kid sees his father. And then he just looks over and sees like the jacket and he's like, yeah, that's my dad, he's there. And they're like, okay, let's go. And that there,
oh my God,
is
that's so unbelievable at this
90s airport security.
Right? That's our new segment. 90s airport security stories. Kevin McAllister lit up a cigarette on that airplane too, and nobody fucking even blinked an eye because no one cared.
Not one person.
So, did you have other things you want to talk about this movie, or just mostly like the complete lack of parental?
The parental guidance was lacking, and then also just these like the brutal way that he tortured those. At first, they were the Sticky Bandits. No, the Wet Bandits in the first one, and then they changed their name to the Sticky Bandits. But just the way that they did that, Kevin pulled off some of these high-level pranks and just basic torture devices, really, like the paint cans that hit him in the head, like that would have caved in your skull. You think about like a paint can full of paint, maybe 3/4, would still weigh around like,
oh my God. And it comes swinging down with that
8 to 10
crazy
pounds.
That's a lot of momentum to come swinging down from the top of the stairs to the bottom of the stairs.
It would crush your fucking dome.
It would definitely cave in your skull. There's no fucking way you could take that. And then like, okay, what else? The electrocution, right? He electrocutes the shit out of him at some point.
Well, electrocution is death. So he technically, I guess he was shocked with some amperage, maybe some voltage. But yeah, if it was the way that he set that up with a welder to the door handle, I think that pushes 220 amps.
Dude, that's crazy. You would grab it and just be fucking fried. Like, there's not just burn your hand type of shit. Like, although it would be hot by that point, right?
Oh, you would.
It would be so hot, but you would fucking, holy shit, you'd be lit up. There's no way. I think they figured it out. Like, I think there's some like article online where they basically, it was doctors who went through and said like, this would have killed you, this would have killed you. Like, I would watch that as like a Mythbusters episode. Like, how would it cave your skull in to have a paint can swung at you from that height?
Well,
the paint can is not
they
fucking
did do
light.
it.
Did they do that?
Yeah.
Maybe I saw it then, and that's where I got the idea.
No, they did it, and they proved that it would crush your skull. It would push your skull into your brain.
Yeah, because they did. Didn't they use like a pig carcass to like, and they like did a bunch of the shit. So yeah, definitely, you would be fucking dead. This movie is so sadistic. I can't believe it was the #1 comedy movie. Although I guess I can in this country. Our country is so fucked up.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah, well, a quote from an even more fucked up movie. Like, why not?
But that was in that movie though. Was like these mafia movies.
Easy for you to say.
Mm-hmm. That were they were the ones that drove those scenes where he would hit play and pause on the VCR. What kind of VCR would rewind that fast to? Come on, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
I haven't seen it long enough that I don't know how fast he did it, but I believe you. He probably was like hitting like a skip back button that would like digitally in a digital world would totally be believable.
Maybe he had he was in a rich family. Maybe they had a high end VCR that could track like a couple seconds. But I remember you'd hit fucking rewind and it'd be like,
ka-chunk,
and you're like,
ka-chunk,
fuck, I've gone too far already. Fuck.
Ka-chunk. It made all these ka-chunk noises.
Mhm.
I remember I used to record I would try to make claymations, right? And I would try to record like a quarter second, right? And then hit pause. Or I was using the camcorder, so I was just hitting the red button. So I'd hit the red button and then hit the red button. And then I would like go and move the guy. And I did this one time, right? And I only did it once because, spoiler alert, it failed. So the pre-wind time, which let the tape go up to speed, and then when you stop recording, the tape would backtrack a little bit so that it would have time to pre-wind and get up to speed again before it start recording. So anytime you would hit that button on your recorder, your camcorder, it would take a little bit, roll, and then start recording. And then when you were done, it would stop, and then it would rewind a little bit so it would give itself that time. So by the time I was done trying to make this claymation, it was backwards, because not only was it fucked because you would get those like lines through the thing as it like tried to like, the fucking magnetic recording would try to like, and it would try to like, oh, here we go. And you'd get all the fucking crazy lines all over the screen. But so then it was like lines all over the screen, and then like it was backwards because the pre-roll time would be further back than the amount I tried to record. So I ended up with a backwards fucking claymation that was impossible to watch. Eventually I got a VCR, convinced my parents to get me a VCR that I could record and then hit pause during the recording and then unpause and pause again.
Snap.
And then that way there was no pre-roll time. So that was okay. And that worked out. But yeah, oh man. But there was some like tape recorders and video recorders that like they would find the hole. So you would like hit like I remember in my Honda, I had a tape player, and I would put my tape in and I could hit next track and it would fast forward until it sensed silence on the tape, and then it would start playing again. That was fucking the fanciest that tapes got.
I think I remember you mentioning this.
It was fucking badass. It was like next track, and it would take like 20 seconds to get to the next song, or probably not that long, probably 5 seconds. But then click, and then it would go to the next song, which was fucking so cool. Unless you had a tape that there wasn't enough space between the songs, and then it would just skip an entire song. So that was kind of shitty.
Fuck that.
That
was
right, well,
90s. That was 90s problems.
Yeah, 90s problems and a little bit of nostalgia hole, I guess.
And a bitch was one.
And a bitch was one, which is another segment of ours. And then, so yeah, did you have anything else to say about that? About those movies?
No, I
Pretty much
just
it.
kind of want to. Oh, and real quick though, we can bring it up. I guess. Trump was in the second one.
Oh, that's right, Donald Trump.
He gives the kid bad advice.
He gives him bad directions.
And he gives bad advice all around. He never quit. And that's why
Today, he got impeached. Fuck yeah. And that's all I'll say about that. It's a politics corner. So I do want to say though as well, the terrible parentage of easy for me to say.
Terrible parentage.
The terrible parentage of the fucking McAllister family is just a mirror image of the terrible parentage of the fucking Rugrats TV show, which my wife and I have been going back and watching old 90s Nickelodeon.
Oh, the Pickles.
We're watching old Nicktoons like Sunday mornings when we have like the day together.
The Pickles are the worst family.
They're the worst. And like, so we'll make breakfast and we'll sit down.
Especially that grandfather.
To watch an episode or two of fucking Rugrats or Hey Arnold. And fucking, dude, every single episode, they just let these fucking infants. They're not even like toddlers yet. Like one of them's a toddler, Angelica. But like the rest are just legitimately like 3-month-old, 4, 5, 6-month-old infants. And they're like, have no hair and shit. They can barely crawl. It's like, you just let them fucking go and babysit themselves for hours at a time.
Or let grandpa babysit.
They end up in the fucking highway. They end up on stage at a fucking ice show where they can get their fucking hands and fingers cut off by ice skates. They end up in the fucking garage climbing up shit. They end up in a fucking... They take them... They're going to take them to the fucking Grand Canyon. Jesus fucking Christ, thank God they never make it there, spoiler alert. But like, if you let your kid crawl around in the Grand Canyon without watching them, they're going to fall down the fucking Grand Canyon. Okay?
Hey, you kids, get the fuck away from that ledge.
That's a canyon. That's a
you,
canyon.
I'm so far away
There's a
from
reason
New
they
York
call
right
that a
now,
canyon.
but that's a fucking canyon.
We're here. We're both here from New York.
You better get away from that.
We go on vacation too.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Fucking stay away from the edge of that canyon.
We're on
little
vacation.
Kid. Hey, where's your parents anyway?
Get away
Jesus
from that
Christ.
crevasse.
I can't fucking believe you ain't got no parents and shit. Anyway, so fucking worst parents.
They're the worst.
Anyway, the worst parents ever. And somehow the 90s was like good for that. Like, just like, let's show some terrible parents on TV. Like, why was that a thing? Movies and TV shows were good with that.
Oh yeah, Married with Children.
No one thought twice about terrible parenting. Fucking Roseanne. Fucking every show was about terrible parents.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, moving along. Before we go, Eric, I do have a golden.
Huh?
We do have a golden gift we need to unwrap.
Oh shit! Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, I didn't put it in a box. I just fucking.
Oh no, I can. Yeah, that is what I think it is.
Yeah, I didn't wrap it either. It's just a golden
covenant gift.
A covenant. Yes, it's a word. That's a word that people have used before ever. A covenant gift, known as the Golden Crotch Cumber Award. And you know, we are remiss. We are remiss, Eric, in this particular Golden Crotch Cumber.
We're a little behind
because the only listener. your buddy, friend of the show, friend of the podcast,
Yeah.
Trevor Dunkel.
Longtime listener.
Long time ago.
Never caller.
Long time Golden Crotch Cumber earner, yet 0-time recipient, which is bullshit. So we need to right this wrong and present him with the Golden Crotch Cumber. Thank you, Trevor, for listening to every single episode ever. And
Thanks, Trevor.
Yeah, and if you want to receive the Golden Crotch Cumber for excellence in listening, just listen to every single episode of In Poor Taste. And how can we know you did that? How can we know, Eric?
By calling in and telling us.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell us, but I do have a tracker on every The Only Listener, which is only one at this point, obviously.
Yeah, there's only one.
There's only one.
Ever.
Hence the only listener. But, you know, if you somehow stumbled upon this podcast years in the future when there's more than one listener, you too can earn the Golden Crotch Cumber by just listening to every episode and then telling us. Or just like tell us you listened to every episode and there's no way for us to verify you didn't. So we'll give you the Golden Crotch Cumber, but then I'll like direct message you and be like, yeah, so what did you think about like episode 46 and when we talked about Beep Deep Deepity Scoop? And you'll be like, shit.
Oh, there's going to be a pop quiz.
Yeah.
For sure.
There is a pop quiz hot shot. That's speed. It's a speed reference.
Oh, yeah. What X times Y equals crotch
Z.
cover?
Oh, okay.
I was going to say crotch cumber.
Sure. That too. Anyway, it doesn't fucking matter. Thank you, Trevor, for listening in to every single episode. I hope you enjoy the heft of this prize. It's a very heavy. It's packed with mostly lead, so do not lick it.
He does the hard work.
It's made of lead.
He takes cargo
spray painted
from one spot in America to the next.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he's a trucking boy.
He's a big old trucking boy. I don't mean his weight, but he's a big old trucking boy.
He's a big old trucking boy. He's not a little trucking boy.
He's
a boy who's big old trucking.
No one wants to be called little trucking boy.
I just want to be sure. I want to be clear. He's a boy who's doing some big old trucking. He's not a big old boy wwho's trucking.
No, he's a boy that's
He's a normal sized boy doing some big old trucking.
That's right, sir.
I got a great big convoy cruising on down the road. Anyway, so that'll be it for our episode. Merry Podsmas to all, and to all a good Podsmas.
X-Pod.
X-Pod.
Whatever that means. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Cause if you pot it, they'll fucking come over and
cast it and shit.
And they'll ruin your Christmas, and just like they do every year.
If you cast it, they'll Podsmas.
About fucking time.
Christmas time is here again. Say goodbye to the year again. Let me make that clear again. Christmas time is here. So laugh and sing. We'll all join in. You know the snow means Christmas time is here. Fire blazing in a grave. When you're young, you cannot wait for the man who's never late. He's coming to your town. So laugh and sing. We'll all join in. You know the snow means Christmas time is here. Silent night, alright. I believe in you. Candles on the tree again. Eric's on TV again. Celebrate with me again. Soon winter will be gone. So laugh and sing. We'll all join
God.
Wrap it up. What is happening? Jesus Christ, you talked about a can of grease for a minute straight. You went on and on about the fucking grease pail. Like 2 minutes. I'm like, Jesus Christ, is there anything else in this? He keeps on talking about this little, and I'm selling it, and it's for sale. You could buy it. That wasn't in the script.
Undertow, Ice Dagger, and some other shit that you probably heard of. That's new, Mountain Avalanche. That's new,
Easy for you to say.
That's new, Mountain Avalanche. Easy for you to say.
It's so easy to say, it'll fuck you up.
That's new, Mountain Avalanche. Kwattro Krazy, with a taste so good, you'll make a lot of questionable decisions.
Oh, it's so clinical.
What was your idea?
Just like clothing optional kind of.
Oh,
deal.
yeah, right. Yeah.
One of my cats just found some Kwattro Krazy, and they're fucking pissed.
If you cast it, they'll fucking pod, all right?
No, you jumped the gun. We gotta talk about. You want to talk about Trevor?
Oh, shit.